Hello, culés, and welcome to FC Barcelona Central, a place where we talk about everything Barcelona. My name is Pedro, also known as Urrutia, and today we're talking about the biggest Barcelona team currently. That team does not have Lamine Yamal or Robert Lewandowski. And I'm talking about our incredible Barca Femini, who are on a mission this Saturday in Portugal. That's right. Our amazing record-setting Barca Femini squad is heading to the UEFA Champions League final facing Arsenal. And let me tell you, this final is special. It could be the first time ever for Barcelona Femini to have a three-peat championship in the Champions League. That means winning three times in a row. How cool is that? That makes you think, and that makes you feel like the Chicago Bulls in the '90s. Now, I've heard some chatter, especially in the internet and especially coming from England, that maybe they are underestimating how dominant this Barca team really is. But seriously, like for real, let's wake up. I'm gonna give you some perspective. Barca Femini hit over 200 goals this season across all competition. Our squad has the four Ballon d'Or winners. Talking about the absolute best women in the planet playing football right now. The legendary Alexa Putellas and our sensational Aitana Bonmati, who is the current Ballon d'Or winner. It's like having an all-star game every single game. And you know what? Guess what? The top three scorers in the entire Champions League tournament are in this final. In our side, we have the incredible Claudia Pina leading the pack with 10 goals. And for Arsenal, they have Mariona and Alessia Russo, both with 7 goals apiece. Oh, and by the way, I do want to take this time to congratulate De La Liga Pichichi, Ewa Payor, who has scored 25 goals in La Liga in 28 matches. And Kata Cole, who won her first Zamora trophy, has the best beating keeper on, or the not best, the least beating keeper on La Liga. She only allowed 11 goals in 22 appearances, averaging about 0.5 goals per game. I mean, listen, this team is just incredible. But I do want to talk to about how did we get here. Both teams are in the final, of course, obviously, but their journeys were a little differently. Let's talk about our queens first. We were in Group D with Manchester City looking like their biggest threat. We actually lost a game to them, but did we panic? No. We bounced back, winning our next 5 games comfortably and making it out of the round group, on top. Then it came to quarterfinals against Wolfsburg, and our team pretty much displayed a perfect dominant games, 2 games with a dominant 10-2 aggregate win. Yes, you heard that right, 10-2. It showed everybody in Europe that Barca means business, and they won this three-peat. In the semifinal, we faced another English team, Chelsea this time. On paper, they definitely are a tough opponent, but when the whistle blew, it was a different story. Our team put on another masterful class, resulting in an 8-2 aggregate victory. Just showing how much domination this girls have on the pitch. Now let's look at our opponents, Arsenal. Their journey was, I should say, a little bit more dramatic. A third place finish in the English Women's Super League meant that they have to start from the way back. Now, first to qualify to the group stage. In the whole adventure began back in September, easily beating Rangers 6-0 on aggregate. But things got a little shaky after that. They lost 1-0 to the Swedish team Rosenborg in the first leg, but on the second leg they pulled back a 4-0 victory. Then they went and moved on to the group stage, where in that first game they played against Bayern Munich. And what happened? Terrible loss, 5-1 loss that actually led their manager being replaced by the assistant manager. Talk about pressure. But the assistant head coach, she definitely stepped up, and she totally steered this team towards the UEFA Champions League final. Did she thought that was going to be the case? No, but Arsenal went to win their group, winning their 5 next games and book a spot to the quarterfinal against who else? Real Madrid. You can just imagine who I was rooting for in that game. Again, they found themselves facing an early defeat after a 2-0 first leg loss, but then the second game that's when the amazing comeback story really kicks in. On the second leg at home, they turn it all around, beating Real Madrid 3-0 at home. Can you even imagine being in at home while that was happening and then to qualify for the semi-finals of the Champions League? And who's there waiting? The Champions League royalty, Lyon. The team that had most titles in this competition history. Lyon beat Arsenal 2-1 in the opener, putting all the pressure on Arsenal. But you know what happened next? Arsenal totally inspired a huge performance and made a remarkable comeback with a 4-1 victory on the road, shutting everybody up in France. And that sets up pretty much the biggest game in their history, at least in the in modern history for you're not for England, but also for Arsenal. And yes, okay, so this Saturday is going to be huge for both clubs. For Barca, it is a chance to become the only team in history to lift the trophy 3 times in a row. And for Arsenal, it's a chance to become the first English team to win it since it would, the name changed to Champions League back in 2010. This is going to be an absolute do not miss match. And you're going to see what type of game we're getting from just the first 10 minutes of this game. I mean, this is actually the 6th Champions League final for our side. This squad is have made their last, I'm sorry, they make their 5th consecutive appearances in the final. This year, it all happens to be ending where Sporting de Lisbon plays in Lisbon, Portugal. But I do want to take a quick moment to take a look at our journey, how this Champions League final started. Starting in 2019, first final, faced Lyon in Budapest, lost 4-1. That was 2019. 2021, second final against Chelsea in Sweden. This time, happy ending. Barcelona won the first ever Champions League final, 4-0, boom, champions. 2022, the year after, another meeting with Lyon in Italy. What happened? Lyon beat us again with 3-1. The year after, our third final against the German side Wolfram, we were down 2-0 in halftime and produced a stunning comeback win that was 3-2 at the end of the second half, which made us win our second title. Last season, 2024, Barca Femení finally got the better end of Lyon. Aitana and Alexia both scored goals with a fantastic 2-0 win in Bilbao in Spain, handing us our third Champions League final trophy. Now, my predictions, well, I'll say this. Barcelona definitely has the better squad on paper, no doubt. But if Arsenal wants to win, they have to come in with the same fire and the same intensity they show Lyon, but I just don't think that's going to happen. This Barca team is too big, too strong, too talented. I personally see Barca scoring at least 3 goals, so my prediction is 4-1 for Barca. And you better believe that Adidas ball is going to be flying. We're going to be flying around in the back of the net. So I will not be surprised if this game goes to extra time. So we'll see this Saturday. So, Culés, you see the history, you see the passion, and the pure talent of the Barca Femení team. This Saturday, they're playing for just more than a trophy. They're playing for legacy. So definitely do not miss out this match, and please support women's sports. I do want to know you guys' prediction for this final. Please drop them on the comments below. Don't forget to like this video. It helps the channel so much. Subscribe to FC Barcelona Central for all things Barca. And hit that notification bell so you don't miss any single update. Until then, Visca Barça.